Every vehicle that I've ever owned has been at its best the day I come to sell it. For the last couple of weeks, I have been doing all of those small jobs that I never really got round to, all those titivation jobs. If you checked out last week's video, I removed the side panels because I had one that was a little bit broken. Well, today I've refitted them. Basically, used the wipes that were in the pack. One was an alcohol wipe, one was an adhesive promoter. Peel off the 3M tapes and stick them in place. Simple as that. Why have I procrastinated all this time on getting those little jobs done? So much so, check this out. I was washing the van last week in a bid to fit these panels back on, and I realized that this panel here, spoiler alert, I removed it, is removable. There were bits of dirt and grime in places that I couldn't reach, and I realized you can pop it off. And once again, I got myself to TPS and bought the relevant little poppers to pop it back into place. I managed to give it a real good clean up, so when you're looking, when you open the door, you can't see grime in hard to reach areas. Now, is that procrastination? Is that ADHD? Is that refusing to admit that this van is going up for sale one day? I don't know, but that's what I did. And that cost me like a whole day because I removed this, I washed the van, I then needed to buy these before I'm willing to put it back on because I don't want to use the old clips. Why do I do it to myself? I don't know. Every single time that I make a video and I'm sat driving or I'm in the cab area, I get asked about the sunglasses holder, which is above the driver's seat. That little beauty there. That comes in place of the grab handle, which would come as standard on a start line. So to aid people finding them, I did a Google search and they're on eBay for about £13.98. Well, it got me thinking, what is the point of a grab handle there anyway? So I did this. About £13, I believe, on eBay. 2 bolts, and you've got a sunglasses holder for your passenger as well, who is my little man. He loves it. He loves being able to have his sunglasses at reach, just the same as Daddy. And who's using a handle there when there is one there? If you were ever using a handle getting into the van, like my dear old mum does, it would be there. Up there, not so much. So for £13.98, I think that is an absolute gem of an upgrade. What other ways can we improve this cab area? One was an idea of mine, but it wasn't quite executed in the way I wish it was. Do you guys remember this? That is a 3D printed panel that basically goes over that useless kind of cubby hole that I decided to mount my diesel heater programmer to, and I put a little USB up there. The reason I opted to put that up there was because A, you can reach the controls from your pop top bed. If you're up there, pop top open, you can reach over and say more heat, less heat, without having to jump down. Also, it is the most unbiased area when it comes to heating that you can get in the van, because if you put it anywhere near the outlet will turn it off before you're up to temperature. This is also a 3D printed design from a company called VanForge. I found them on Etsy. I started opting for that factory finish when it comes to the seat bases. I was wondering if there was someone online that was making a panel so that you can bring your diesel heater vent out through when it's such a misshapen kind of area. I needed some alterations doing to that. When I was on the phone to the guy, Dave, hi mate, I also showed him this. I showed him that design there and said that that could be a good thing, and believe it or not, he was already on it. Great minds think alike. He was already on it and he sent me one. Here it is. I'm going to look at getting that fitted this afternoon, but first I must finish these side pieces because I am dragging that out a little bit if I'm truthful, and there's no reason why, because I'm 80% done there. Having an account at TPS has been life-changing. You can literally order any panel you like. I think these are the same as the door panel clips. Whenever you do buy some of these for 80 pence, for example, just buy a couple of extras, because you never know, you might break one as you're installing it. You just never know. But look at that. you're never getting that as clean as that without removing it. I'm not suggesting going removing too many body parts. It can get a bit out of hand, but that, when you open the door and you can't see through into there, into all of those horrible little nook and crannies, let's go. Am I mad? Maybe. Have I got too much time on my hands? Ironically, no, I haven't. I haven't got time to do things like this. But if I can make it as stress-free as possible, the day someone comes to have a look around, if there isn't so many, oh, I didn't see that, didn't look at that. I've got no doubt in my mind, if you have a real good look around, there's going to be a stone chip here and there. But to tick jobs off like this and have that conversation, as I like to call it, one or two less times, well, it's ideal. Absolutely ideal. And just like that, the side panels, I can't see what you can see. Such a hot, beautiful day. The side panels all round are back in place. Looking absolutely lovely. I've removed the decals. Remember I had from the headlight there to halfway up that rear quarter, I had like a racing stripe, 5 brake horsepower racing stripe. With that white writing being on top of the black, I thought I'd be able to remove it and keep the black in place. Here, for example, excuse how dirty the bonnet is, I've been able to remove the white, but it's left the UAO in place because, believe it or not, the bonnet itself and that wrap has faded in the sun or changed colour, lost that initial kind of sharpness. Now, ironically, that looks absolutely mint, almost similar to the black on black on the van here, the Urban Arc Overland, the old school one. But I'm trying to rid the UAO. Whoever buys this is going to know that it's built quality. Every single step of this build is online, but they might not want to drive around in UAO's van, if that makes sense. UAO plastered all over it. That's my guess. I could be wrong, but on removing these decals, see there, I've kind of pinched through into the white in a couple of places. So I probably would have been able to live with the UAO being on there. It almost looks like it's in the wrap design, but it is damaged in places, here and here, and I believe there was a bit round there or something like that. So I will look at getting that changed. But for now, let's take a little look at this. Once again, that is the rear side from Van Forge. See these ones on the rear here, those like internals as such, that is for a USB point if you choose to have them. Now I have got a USB up there, but I think I quite like the idea of this panel now being flush as opposed to things being on top. I think I'll take a look. That wire will always be there forever. If the next guy says, no, do you know what? USB up there would have been absolutely bob on. It starts with drilling a hole in this cubby box, and there's good reason for that. The Autoterm, I believe they are making them for all kinds of different control panels, but the Autoterm panel is literally just the same size as that cubby. It's scraping on both sides as it goes in. Not sure if you know this, but can you just about see daylight through that area there? There's 3 little grooves cut out because best way to explain it is this needs to breathe. This needs to sense the atmospheric temperature so that it knows what temperature your van is, so it knows when to turn off. So you can't just bury that on all sides because it needs to sense the temperature. Now I do believe Autoterm make a second temperature sensor which you can wire into the heater itself, but we don't have to. We are going to drill a hole through this cubby bit here, like I just said. And you can't get that wrong, which I love. And I wish I had the ability to create such things like this whenever I wanted to. You got this guide, even says Van Forge on the back. Totally unnecessary, Dave, but I like it. And you stick it in the corner there. And you cannot get it wrong, he says. 6mm hole. You can even do it left-handed. There we go, we have a 6mm hole. And that then, it does not click in there, so how does that? It is in fact a 7mm hole. 7mm. 7 is the golden number, not 6. My mistake. I could have easily edited that out, but it's just proof that we are learning together. Now this little fantastic thing, don't want to drop it, should just, that is amazing. Let me take you over to my phone because it's the only thing I've got. I don't want to keep moving the camera if I'm truthful. That colour match is absolutely fantastic. That proper clicked in place. I'll show you here. I won't push it home, but you get the idea that the ambient air can go through that hole, through that hole, and through and into the unit, and likewise in there. So it will still read correctly. There is a knack to this. I obviously don't know it because this is my first time, we're learning together. But my lead there keeps wanting to fall back down. I can't remember quite how much tolerance I've got. So what I'm going to do, in fact, is I'm going to connect mine so that I don't lose that lead forever. And then I'm going to fit my panel. You may be able to push your lead well within and then do it like that. I can't because I feel like I'm going to lose it. I've previously cleaned the inside edge with a bit of IPA. What we do is you get the unit in the hole, and then what we want to do is we're going to engage the top first. Get rid of that wire now. Engage the top first and then hinge it back to ourselves, basically like that. Pushing it up, sticky sticky, pulling it back, sticky sticky. You can actually hear it kind of. Best thing to do now is leave it. Let them sticky pads do their job. Like I say, I could have done exactly what I did before and had the USBs, had them lovely little cutouts in the back, ready to take the back nut of them. But I think that that is going to look so much cleaner without it. What I don't want to do is apply too much pressure on the fascia yet. I don't want to push that home, not yet, in case I basically push it off of its sticky pads. So look how good that looks. I can't get over that little doodah. That's a taste of what it might look in 24 hours time. Do I get to do that thing where everyone goes, look at that. Absolutely lovely. That is a proper factory look now. I can't get over this little thing here. There are two holes in the back of the control panel's fixing back panel, if that makes any sense, and they line up with two holes that are in the back of here. I haven't even bothered doing that. I've literally just pushed that in there. It's such a tight fit that is going absolutely nowhere, and it looks so good. Check it out. That is proper lovely to look at. They are currently around £28.99, I believe. Before you say it probably only cost the guy £6 or £7 to make that on a 3D printer, it probably does. But he's got to put it in a box, he's got to put it in the post. That's £6 lost in the ether straight away. The man hours that this guy has probably put into that would be scary. There is no point trying to do something like that. The lost time is just not worth it. That is a fantastic fit. It looks, once again, so lovely. For £28.99, come on, I'll do that in coffee per week. Easy. Ranging all models, I believe, all the transporter models. Just make sure when you pick yours online, up at the link below, that you choose the right cubby box, because my mate's got a T6 and I fitted a wolf box for him the other day, and his cubby area is totally different. Don't know if it was from the last model, but I believe it to be well different to this. So because you've got the start line, high lines, caravels, all the extras, make sure you're choosing the right one for your cubby. But that is the perfect place to pick up the temperature of the vehicle. It looks good. Actually, it looks fantastic. It does look fantastic. I would love it if you would hit the subscribe, possibly even the bell. That would be great. Let's get this channel going in the right direction. I'm basically just finishing the van off now, showing you all of these little extra bits, but I'm still bringing new content. Sunglasses holder, you know, that diesel heater control panel holder. That the content is still flowing. I'm just buttoning up little jobs now. Not sure what there is to do in here necessarily. What I have got, and it's relevant actually, is I've still got to sort these out. Vanforge are going to help me 3D print something that just fills that gap, because I believe that those pillars are still the correct thing to do. They still look amazing, just need to button up that little bit at the top. Thank you for joining me. See you next Tuesday.